Greetings, everyone. We are live again. Dynasty Mirror Search for Huru. Thank you so much for joining us. Make sure you guys hit that like button as you come into the chat room. Also, please subscribe if you haven't already. Again, please subscribe if you haven't already. Make sure you go to dynastymirror.com, and also you make sure you go to oneafricaproperties.com as well. Again, make sure you go to oneafricaproperties.com, your central source for real estate on the continent. Today, we have a special guest, one of our partners on the continent in Nigeria, Mr. Segun Babjide with Real Estate Matchmakers in Nigeria. And we are going to be discussing today the important questions to ask, before buying or before investing in Nigeria. And with that being said, I want to give a disclaimer. Please do your own research still before investing or acquiring any real estate or properties anywhere. Again, please still do your own research, everyone. With that being said, Mr. Babjide, if you could please introduce yourself.
Okay, I guess I can't hear you anymore. Can you hear me?
I hear you fine. You can't hear me?
Okay, yeah, great. I can hear you now.
Okay.
All right. Thank you very much, and the privilege to be on this platform. And thank you for inviting me. And so my name is Olusegun Babjide, and I'm the CEO of Real Estate Matchmakers here in Nigeria, Lagos. So, okay, just a brief introduction of myself. I started real estate about 4 or 5 years ago, and the reason why I decided to venture into real estate was that um, there are some questions people they are, they have they've been in they've gone through so many um, challenges investing in real estate, and people being of their money, robbed of their hard-earned money. So I decided, okay, there are good real estate companies in Nigeria who provide good real estate services. So I decided to go into real estate with some group of realtors to be able to provide the right properties for people to be able to invest and also get returns of investment. So that's the reason why I ventured into real estate. And so far 4 years have been great. Been able to help people achieve their dreams in investing in real estate. So tonight we'll be discussing about questions you need to ask when you want to invest in real estate. Critical questions you need to ask. So I will just highlight few and of the questions, about 7 of them that are important that you need to ask. And if you have questions, you can put them down on the chat or send them. Then we can answer the questions as we go. So the number one critical question you need to ask if anybody presents a property to you is the location. Where is the location? Where is property located? Now, there are so many um, property in Lagos. I'll use Lagos as an example because that's where I am and that's where I operate. Now, there are so many people selling properties in Lagos, especially land, and you need to be very careful and ask the location of the property they are trying to sell to you. So that's the first question you need to ask. Now, the second question you need to ask is the total cost of that property. Now, this is kind of corny in the sense that some people will present to you a price saying this is the total price of this land, and after you make a deposit, maybe in the next few months they'll call you and say, okay, you need to pay some other payment for the land, which wasn't um, indicated at the start of the transaction. So you need to ask exactly how much is the total price of the land. Is it 7 million for the land? And there's what we call the stationary fees, like you have to pay payment for the survey, the deed of assignment, and if you are buying it from an estate, and you have to pay for the development fee. So you need to ask what is the total amount for the land and what is the total amount for the stationary fee. So that question is really critical. So that when you finish paying for the land, you don't, and when they tell you, okay, this is what you have to pay for the stationary fee, you won't feel that they're trying to cheat you or try to collect more money from you. So the stationary fee are compulsory that you pay because you have to pay for your survey, you have to pay for your deed of assignment, and you have to pay for the development fee if you are buying within an estate. So number three is it easy to access this property that you are buying? You need to ask, is the access road, is there access road to this property? This property is it located? Is it inside the bush? Can I drive there? Can I walk there? Are there people living around there? So you need to ask this question to be clear exactly where you are buying this property. So this questions is critical. Where exactly is it located? Is that access road leading to this property? So you need to be sure that, okay, can I drive down to this property to see where it is, or do I have to drive through water or drive to or take a boat to this property? So those are the questions you need to ask. Somebody cannot just tell you, okay, I have this property located so and so location, and when you get there, you're not able to get to the location. Maybe there's a pool of water, it is waterlogged, you can't get to the location. So you need to ask exactly where this property is and if there's a road leading to this property. Now, another critical question you need to ask is land survey. Is it survey? Does it have the general survey? Now, that is another critical question you need to ask. Now, the land, does it have a survey? Because in Lagos State, sorry, 1 minute.
No
In
problem.
Lagos State, um, before the Lagos State gives you a land, they have a general survey, and that survey is what maybe your surveyor would, it has a coordinate that you have to chart to make sure that land is not polluted or the land is not a place where the government wants to use in the nearest future. So it has a survey that has been signed by the government. Okay, this land I've given it to you, this is the survey of it, and the government doesn't have any use for that place. So you need to ask for the survey so that you can be able to do your search at the land survey, the land bureau in Lagos State. And now you need to ask also the zoning restriction on that land. The zoning restriction on that land is very important. You need to, it's necessary to know the neighbors' restriction. Now, there's an example of a client who wanted to buy property, and that's the house. And when we went there, we saw at the gate written boldly, you can't use generator after 12 p.m. in the night. So because if there's no light, you can't use a generator after 12 p.m. so you don't make noise. So you need to ask um, to know what is pertainable in that location if you are going to live in that location. So these are the critical questions you need to ask. Then another critical question you need to ask is the title of the land. Now,
Right.
there are some land that has title, and there are some lands that do not have title. Now, the Lagos State has warned that people should not buy property that has title right now. So you need to be very careful if you are buying land in Lagos. So does the land has a title? Now, title we talk about the CFO, the Gazette, or the excision. So those are the main titles a land should have. So if it doesn't have a CFO, if you have the governor's consent, or if you
Hmm.
have the excision or the Gazette. So you need to ask which of this title does this land have? If it doesn't have a title, we'll advise that you don't buy it for now because the government has advised that nobody should buy.
Baba, you're breaking up. We lost him. Guys, hit that like button. I apologize about the technical difficulties. Please hit that like button as you come to the chat room, and Mr. Babajide will be back on here shortly. And once again, thank you guys for joining. And make sure you go to oneafricaproperties.com. Please visit oneafricaproperties.com, your central source for real estate on the continent of Africa. You guys, let's wait for Mr. Babajide to call back in, and we'll be taking callers. All right, we'll be taking callers here in about 20 minutes. We'll take some callers. So if you want to call in, again, if you want to call in, send me an email at dynast@oneafricaproperties.com. Again, dynast@oneafricaproperties.com. If you'd like to call in, send the email there. Go ahead and get you back on the screen. All right. So Mr. Babajide, we left off on the types of titles. Now you have governor's consent, and then you mentioned another type. Can you go into the differences of those different types of titles?
Okay, so I'll start with the CL4, which is the certificate of occupancy. Certificate of occupancy is it has a period of 99 years. Now, not everybody knows that the CL4 has an expiring date. So if you get the CL4 now, and you need to take note of this. That property you are buying that has a CL4 today, you need to ask when was that CL4 issued. Now, maybe the CL4 was issued maybe 20 years ago. So you look at, okay, 20 years has gone out of 99 years. I have this so years left for me to renew the CL4. So, and people need to understand that CL4 has an expiring date of 99 years. So that's for CL4. Now, CL4 is, people know CL4 as I'll put it this way, the global title that land has. But I will say no, I'll give my reason. Now, a land that has an excision is better off CL4 in the sense that excision doesn't expire. Excision is when the government excise a land, the portion of land to the community, and so this portion of land I've excised this to you for you to use. So that land is excised to the community and given an excision number. So, and that excision doesn't have an expiring date. You can have it for as long as you want. So, but people prefer CL4 because you can use the CL4 property as a collateral in the bank. So if you buy a property that has a CL4, you can use it as collateral in the bank. So the bank recognize that than the excision title a document has. So then another title we have is called the Gazette. Now, when when the government gives you an excision, now that excision is being recorded in a book called the Gazette. So if you go to the Lagos State Land Division in Alausa, it has the book where it's called the Gazette, and it's listed there all the list of properties, land titles that have been issued out. So if you want to buy a land and you go there, they will look at that book. If that property is listed in that book, and the decision is being given and is being gazetted. So look at the difference between the CL4, the excision, and the gazette. Now you have the deed of assignment. Deed of assignment is the agreement between you and the person buying, between you and the person selling the land or selling the property. So you need to have a deed of assignment. Now another one that I talk about is the governor's consent. Now the governor's consent is almost the same thing as the CL4. When you get the CL4 and I want to buy that property from you, I will have to go get a governor's consent from Lagos State in my own name because I can't get a CFO the second time. There's only one CFO the government can issue on the property. So if I buy that property, I have to go do a governor's consent in my own name that I am the one buying the property. And if I want to sell the property also, the person buying it from me will have to go do a governor's consent.
Hmm.
Yeah, so those are the difference between the land titles we have.
Okay. Shout out to Mr. Untouchable. Thank you, Mr. Untouchable. Now, as far as the governor consent, so when I was kind of doing when I was doing my research, they were saying that might be the best form of title, governor consent. Is that true or?
Yes, it's true. And like I said, it's true because when people want to use most people that couple of people buying property. Let me put it this way: most people want to use that property to stand as a collateral, and what is being recognized in Lagos State is the either the C of or because of others concern. Without that, it cannot be used for collateral anywhere. So people prefer that the property they want to buy should have either a C of O or the governor's consent. So it's regarded as the best site to once you get on the property.
Absolutely, guys. If you have any questions, email is in the chat room. Send me an email, and I will send you the link. In fact, what I'll go ahead and do, I'll go ahead and put the link in the chat room as well. Again, I'll go ahead and put the link in the chat room as well. So if you guys have any questions, you're more than welcome to click on that link and add to the conversation. Mr. Babajide, why Nigeria for investing or buying real estate? Like why would you recommend Nigeria?
Okay, I would recommend Nigeria because the return on investment on properties in Nigeria is very high compared to other um, countries, and especially in Lagos State and in Abuja. So those are the two major states in Nigeria that I will advise anybody that wants to invest in this state because the return on investment is very high. I'll give you an example. Last year, I sold the property to a client, and the client bought property when we started building, which is an off-land project. The client bought it at 30 million naira, and he paid in the period of 6 months. And the property was ready in March this year, and that property was going for 65 million naira. So the client has made over 110% profit on that property, and you can't get that profit anywhere um, in Nigeria. If you invest 30 million naira in a year, you get over 100%
I'm sorry.
return. So that's
Sorry about
why I say, yeah, no problem. That's why I say you need when you want to invest, these two states are really critical investing in Nigeria, Lagos and Abuja, because you get the return on your investment, um, even double the price you bought that property.
Okay. Okay. Now, COVID. How has real estate been affected at all in Nigeria because of COVID, or is it still
Okay,
doing
yeah,
pretty well?
it has. It has. Um, After COVID, we saw prices of materials going up, so that affected real estate and prices of property went up also. So um, people bought before COVID, and well, I'm grateful they bought before COVID because after COVID, the price went up and the prices of properties shoot up. So the COVID affected the price of materials, and also that in turn affected the price of real estate in Nigeria. So COVID really had an impact on real estate um, in Nigeria.
Guys, again, if you want to call in, the link is in the chat room. Click on that link, call in, and ask your questions. What areas in like neighborhoods or areas in Lagos for someone that would you recommend for someone who's interested in relocating to Nigeria and specifically Lagos?
Okay, so there are different areas that I would recommend because now let me say this: when you invest in real estate, um, you need to be very careful because you can make profit from real estate and you can also lose your money in real estate. So you
Hmm.
need to be careful. That's the one reason why I said location is important. So in Lagos State, if you want to live, like you want to buy a land and you want to build your home in it and come back to live there, areas that you should look at. Now I'll start from the high down to the low. We'll start from the Lekki area, the Lekki, the Kase, and the Jakonde area. So properties in this area ranges from if you are buying a house, ranges from 120, 150 million down to maybe 70, 75 million between Lekki and Kase. And if you are looking at buying land, you are looking at about 120,000 per square meter, between 120 to 150,000 per square meter between Lekki and Ikate. So going further down to the Chevron and the other area, Chevron, you can get a property like a house in Chevron for 65, 75 million. Um, if you are lucky, you can get for 50, 55 million for maybe a four-bedroom, three-bedroom service. Then if you're looking at land between the range of maybe 70 to 100 million between Chevron and Aja, you get a title land at that range per square meter. And a square meter is between 500 and 600 square meters. Some companies sell for 500 square meter, while some sell for 600 square meters. So those are the two standard plots of land you can get in Lagos State. Now, the other area I would recommend if you want to live is the Abrandisera area. That's the area that is really developing right now, where you have we have the beach area. We have they call it the new city, the new Lagos, between from Abrandisera down to the Bejuleki. So, but if you want to live, you can restrict your purchase between Abrandisera to Sangotedo. Now, those are the developed area right now that, okay, if you want to come back, you buy a plot of land, you build your dream house, you can buy from those areas. And prices for land in that area is between 35 million down to 20 million, 25 million. Then, if you're lucky, you can get 15 million per square for a plot of land between this area and Nigeria. But if you are looking at investing, like you just want to buy and keep, and probably flip your property maybe in 5, 10 years, so you can start looking at investing in the Bejuleki area where we have the Dangote refinery, we have the seaport, we have the new airport, the Formula Bridge. So those are developments that are still coming up, and it's always advised you came to property in this area because by the time those areas are fully developed, your property increases in price and the appreciation goes up. So those are the category of areas you can invest in Lagos Island in Nigeria. And if you are looking at the mainland, you are looking at Surulere, Yaba. Those are the two. Then Ikeja. Those are the three major areas
Hmm.
on the mainland that you can buy a property, build your house, or you buy a house within that confine.
Now, someone in the chat room is asking, what do you think about building around Badagry? Now, have they finished the road to Badagry that's supposed to go from
No,
Lagos?
no, they haven't finished it. That road is really bad.
I
So,
know.
so yeah. So, um, if you want to build your house there, that means that all your life, all your activities is going to center up in Badagry.
Mhm.
So because if you are looking at coming into back into Lagos, that stress will be too much. It will be
Yeah,
too
too
much. So
much.
you need to look at it.
Much.
Yeah, the distance from Badagry to Lagos. You go through the bad roads that are not fixed yet, and so there are too many constraints with you having the property in Badagry and also living in Lagos. So,
See, someone was telling me that that road should have been completed by now.
well, you're in Lagos and you're in Nigeria, so anything is a constant. So, yeah, so I can't say this is when they will finish it. I can't say this is when they are supposed to finish. So, well, we just trust that with time, the government will be able to finish it in time
Mhm.
and people will be happy. Yeah.
Yeah, because last time I went to Badagry was, well, I take that back. The first time I went to Badagry was 2018, and that road was terrible to the point that coming back, we had to just get out the taxi and take a moto, Okada, all the way back.
Father,
Yeah, because traffic was so bad. We had to get out the
yeah.
taxi in the middle of the highway and just catch a Okada and we rode on Okada for like 45 minutes to an hour to get back to Lagos. And then I think in 2019, coming from Simi Borda through Badagry, the road was just terrible. So I hope somebody said the metro line to Badagry will be running from next year. Is that true? Oh, you're mute. You mute yourself. You muted yourself. You have to unmute yourself. Oh, there you go.
Okay. All right. Sorry.
No problem.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. And hopefully, by God's grace, it's completed and it's working. That would ease a lot of stress in that area.
Okay. Yeah, so I'm definitely looking forward to doing that. I guess so. I'll wait till the metro line is done to go back to Battery because the road is just too much stress. I can't do it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Now I could go all the way up and down from Lagos to Oshun State, Ibadan Highway, which they're working on and it's gotten a whole lot better. But as far as that Battery Highway, I can't do
Yeah. Right now,
it. Yeah. Let's see here. Any considerations for buying a new construction off plan? As far as buying, and I see in Nigeria, I see a lot of off, and we have them on our site. A lot of off plan properties that are under construction. Uh, what are your thoughts on
yeah.
off plan properties, and what should prospective buyers look out for, and what kind of questions should they ask a developer?
Okay. Yeah. Off-plan property right now are the best to key in. If one, you are buying from a trusted company, a trusted developer who will say, okay, I would deliver this unit in 6 months. I will deliver this unit in 1 year. So you need to be very sure. So these are things you look at if you want to buy an off-plan. You look at the company who are selling this property. What is their track record? What have they done? Have they completed an estate or a development they started? Have they completed it? Have they delivered it? So is their company registered? And do they have um, a physical office? So you need to look at these things before you go into offline. So and offline is the best right now to key into because offline are selling below the market price. So if you are buying things on offline and they start building it, like the example I gave, and when it is done, your price is either double what you paid for, or it is almost 90% of what you pay for by the time it's completed. So I advise anyone that wants to invest in buildings, in apartments, houses, you should look for a good company who are offering off-plan um, packages that have payment plans. There are some who does 6 months, 12 months, even up to 2 years payment plan. People ask about mortgage. The mortgage system in Nigeria is a little bit tricky, and the interest rate is really high. So if you don't mind, you can. There are companies who mortgage banks who offer mortgage for people to get into property. If not, we have companies who offer 2 years payment plan, or a company who has offers between 1 and 1.5 years payment plan to get into um, off-farm projects.
Okay. Hopefully that answers your question. Let's see here. Any more questions in the chat room? Let's see here. Where does WizKid live? I don't know. I guess maybe Banana Island. I don't know. On an island somewhere, I guess. I don't know. Let's see here. What are some average prices for 2 to 3 bedroom homes in Lekki? How is the rental market average monthly return? Like, what's some good prices for 2 to 3 bedroom homes in Lekki? And for people who want to invest,
Okay.
uh, what can they
Okay.
rent their?
Now, now in Lekki, two-bedroom apartment, which most people are really investing into, is going between 40 and 45 million. So okay, these prices are for luxury apartment. When I mean luxury apartment, it's a smart apartment where everything in the apartment is smart. And but if you are looking for the regular two-bedroom apartment, between you can get that between maybe 37, 36 to 40 million. But if you're looking for a good one that is comfortable, between 40 to 45 million, and the rental income in Lekki for a two-bedroom is between 2.5 million per year, between 2 million and 2.5 million per year in Lekki. So and you can some other you can see maybe 3 million. So it depends on the area within Lekki as that you are investing into. So for a three-bedroom, you're looking at three-bedroom apartments, looking about 70 million, between 60 to 70 million to get a three-bedroom apartment, and the rental value between 3 to 3.5 million also.
Okay. Let's see here. Any other questions in the chat room? Let's see any other questions. But I'm looking forward to that metro line running from Lagos to Badagry.
Yeah,
Now,
everybody is actually
now,
waiting for it.
Babajide, is the new terminal at Murtala Muhammad, has that opened yet or no? The new terminal.
No, it hasn't opened. It hasn't.
So I'll be back in August, and I'm hoping and praying that that terminal is open by then when I come in August. Like I'm hoping and praying that is open. I want to
Hopefully.
fly into the new terminal because for Lagos to be one of the biggest cities in Nigeria, the current airport is not up to standard. I'll just put it like that. But from my understanding, I haven't been to Abuja yet, but the airport in Abuja is very nice from what I've been told.
Well, Abuja, yeah, the airport in Abuja is very nice. And they're trying to upgrade the one in Lagos. So hopefully, before you're back, Lagos will be the standard of Abuja.
Okay. Let's see what else we have. Now, what about for people who have concerns about infrastructure in regards to roads, people who are concerned about schools who are looking to relocate? What can you what advice can you give to people in regards to, hey, I want to bring my kids. How are the schools? I heard for the most part, is private school is the best bet, and then as far as the roads, infrastructure, all that's being worked on. But what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, okay. There are some good school, private school that one could um, put their children in. You have the British International, you have the Caleb International. So there are a lot of private schools that are good, that one could actually take advantage of, and they are close to most development in Lagos. In the area of the Songo Sedu, the Radiation, you have um, most of the international schools on that axis. And so when you talk about schools, yeah, there are quite a number of good schools that one could take advantage of here in Lagos.
Okay. Oh, Segun, if people want to reach out to you, how can they contact you? Yeah, someone was asking
Okay,
for your.
my Instagram handle is real estate underscore matchmakers. You can also reach me on email at shegun.babajide at realestatematchmakers.com.ng.
Mhm.
Then if you want to reach me on my mobile or WhatsApp, my WhatsApp number is 070 with the Nigeria code 07088460552. I'll say that again. 07088460552. Or you can also reach me on this number 08030608512. I'll say that again. 08030608512.
Okay. And guys, if you reach out to Segun, tell him that you saw him on the One Africa Properties podcast. We have a strategic relationship in regards to those in the diaspora or even those in Africa, wherever you're at. Mr. Babajide has listings on our oneafricaproperties.com site. So make sure you go to oneafricaproperties.com and reach out to us, and we could definitely connect you to Mr. Babajide in regards to properties that are of interest on the site. Mr. Babajide, anything else you'd like to share in closing? We'll go ahead and close out.
I would say Nigeria is a good place to invest if you want
Mm-hmm.
to invest your money in real estate. Lagos State, in particular, is a good place to invest your money because you will get returns of your investment in a short while. So, and you need to ask those questions before you invest. Get somebody to help you do your due diligence before you put your money down. Make sure their A is their A and their B is their B, so that you don't lose your hard-earned money. Because the reason why people are scared to invest back home is that they're afraid that people would dupe them of their hard-earned money. They're afraid of there's this war and people they are afraid of, they call them omonile in Lagos State. Those people are those people that will sell a property to you and will sell that same property to 10 other people. So, but I can show you that there are good real estate companies right now. Young guys who are trying to change the real estate sector and providing um, value for people's money. So you can, if you need to invest, please invest, and you will be glad you did. Thank you very much.
No worries, everyone. Thank you so much for joining. Like, share, subscribe. Also, make sure you go to the One Africa Properties YouTube page as well and subscribe there. And please visit oneafricaproperties.com, your central source for real estate on the continent of Africa. Until next time, family, Dynasty Mir. Peace.